Greetings, good day. Today I want to share with you a new writing that I make. Is titled Letter to All and Each of Us, Recording and Access to the Human Information. It is well known that God sees everything, hears everything, knows everything. There is nothing that can escape to his divinity. But how, as our possible name in the great book of life could appear? I believe that apart from doing good to others and complying with the Ten Commandments of the love of God and believing in just Jesus Christ, I believe that God analyzes each of every one of us, of our five senses that we human beings possess, through a super complex system with the highest and most sophisticated heavenly technology ever invented and divine. I believe that it analyzes all and every one of our good and bad actions, all our evilness and all our goodness. He puts them in a super heavenly information processing machine. It ponders and tabulates them, reasons, and obtains a single final result, which is to be written or not to be written in the great book of life. But how do you get to this possible final result? I believe that each and every one of us, our actions and our five senses is recorded. For example, the sense of sight of our eyes is recorded. This works like two video cameras perfectly synchronized with the brain that is indecipherable until now, and that we perceive and we receive through our five senses in stored in our brain, partly physically and partly in another unknown part like spiritual pure energy. As a backup, which cannot be destroyed, neither it can change, and he could store up to 100 years of existence of a human lifetime on the land, and it has storage capacities and retention as a present-day hard disk would make it out of computed of 1 million of terabytes, almost infinite. In other words, there exists in our mind a kind of hard disk similar to a CD or blu-ray rewritable with groups, microchip or USB, which is a physical part and a spiritual part. It is connected to our brain and to our internal being, to our soul and to our spirit. It is of pure divine energy, and each and every one of us take it inside from our conception and being's development inside the maternal belly. All this in order to facilitating it to our creator of life and to his servant. To know us completely, to know each one of us individually and of our actions. There is everything we see, hear, feel, touch, taste, smell, desire, think, dream, etc. is recorded. Everything we see is recorded, or we do not want to see or are forced to see even if we do not want to, unless our eyes are closed, but we are not even said, because what we think is also recorded even if we do not see it. In our divine recording system, Our dreams too, even being asleep, the recording of the sense continues. There is no escape, no false information. The system is perfect, immodificable. It cannot change, nor even trying to erase it or to eliminate it intentionally. Even in a vegetative state or brain dead, the recording continues. All this seems incredible and incomprehensible for many people. It seems like science fiction taken from a fairy tale, but I believe it must be a great truth. Difficult to understand, digest and believe and process, but I believe that it must be so. Only in this way God and His servant have full access to our personal information file through our life signs. We are born until we die. Even although you have like 960 years of age, everything is recorded from beginning to end. The sense of listening is also recorded. That's to say to the ear, everything we hear is recorded in this perfect audio and video system of the highest technology even known by the man, including the dead. Its internal system does not listen externally or superficially, but internally it is recorded with your truth or sign language, etc. The same thing happens to the sense of speech, that's to say the mouth. Every word that we pronounce, sound, growl, or sign, even thinking aloud, is recorded in this same perfect system, and there is not any doubt of fault that we did not mention something or word. There are no excuses, nothing is of lies, everything is registered and recorded, and it is forever, or in his case, until God decide and allow it, as the same case may be. Only he, and nobody but him, can erase or alter in some information, and in part is creepy, scary, but divine at the same time. Since there is 0% failure or error of what we said or we mention it. God knows everything. He just has to access our database to our divine recording information base to process it and obtain a final result in order to know what that we were in our entire existence, and depending of our actions and behaviors or internal evilness, we will or will not be written in the great book of life, which is the final objective of all human existence, or at least it should be. There are no more excuses, zero tolerance, since God is the most benevolent and perfect being, but also the most strict and corrector of the planet and of the universe itself. So be very careful with what we speak, think, or do, shout, or we whisper. Everything is recorded. Please keep those preparing tongue in its place and keeping quiet, since many times it is the best and is wished to keep silent. On certain occasions, it is preferable to telling a nonsense or lie, deception, sweetness, or falseness. Since some words are commented at the wrong time, can more damage than a physical blow. All our past action committed and to be committed are recorded. No one knows why they take a step or why they don't take it, or why we say such a thing and not something else, or because we remain silent. And all this God also knows perfectly well. He knows our hearts, He knows what we need, what we will ask Him before that we ask Him. He knows of our effort, problems, afflictions. He knows of our pains, of our love, help, affection, understanding, the best and darkness, fears of our past, present, and future. He knows our fears and the evilness that we carry or have carried inside, but also our goodness. Everything that happens through cinema, radio, television, internet, cable telephone, theater, and wherever comes to mind, pornography is recorded. How we treat to our partner, our children, family, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, and strangers, even as we treat our fellow men. Let's let's be very careful. So much so that is recorded in night shot, that's to say, night vision. It is recorded in the dark with little or not much or no light. I believe that God or some servant only he should have to put a kind of filter as if it were day, with totally clarity. Also blind people even though they do not see, but they think, they dream or believe things, and it is recorded in their physical and spiritual brain inside. Jehovah God, in His infinite mercy, will perform the miracles that all these people can see for the first time or seen again, as the case may be, where they have never seen or were born blind from he was born or lost sight at some time for some reason. Equal to the people who do not speak, but if they think and they react, and everything will be recorded. And God will make them speak again or for the first time. In due time, at the end of it all the human beings will be able to speak, see, hear, feel, smell, move, etc. Or illness, as the Lord has promised in His infinite mercy, since for God there are no impossible. Finally, the sense of taste, smell, and touch are also recorded, which are alike with sensations and emotion, etc. In other words, the smell that we perceive are also recorded. For example, when we smell a flower, an object of material, also unpleasant odor, what we feel when our skin scrapes or we tremble with fear or we sneeze, we count, etc. All the five senses. It is difficult to understand, to accept it, but those who think that this writing is crazy, they could be something wrong inside themselves that they refuse to understand, or they do not allow themselves to understand, or they are mad to not understand. But God has the final word, and it will always so be so. Only God will analyze us and judge us or criticize us. He will give us our reward and give us our punishment, corresponding as the case may be. Do not forget it, please. So very careful and beware with that we see, hear, touch, feel, speak, think, dream, or wish, since everything is being recorded and monitored. For example, when you masturbate, you touch a boy's sexual part or girls or adult, you blaspheme, you say stupid things, nonsensical things. If you believe yourself a lot, worthy a great deal, more than the others without being true. If you are pedantic, arrogant, selfish, little boy, stingly, womanizer, filthy, smelly, etc. You kill a butterfly or a small and defenseless ant, etc. You destroy flowers, trees, forests, or entire tundra or contaminated. I am very sorry to say to you that everything is recorded for all eternity. It is also not recommended past life regression to last life be done. There is only resurrection according to the Bible. I believe that God has never liked divination, tarot cards, gambling, bad predictions, sorcery, witchcraft, clairvoyance, black magic, dark or occult art, evil rites, sacrificial deaths, pagan adoration, or incantation. All this we have in our persecutions and our own consequence and its corresponding payment. Like which, hypnosis should only be used for medical purpose and improving the physical and mental health of effect of an affected person, not to add more problems to those already existing in each being. It can become counterproductive and is challenging in life. And everything will be recorded. There will be tests, records, and testimonies of all these facts, and even signs to make regression or astral or spiritual travel unfolding. Only God and his collaborators will have right to show them to all people who believe it convenient to show them for some motive or reason. I invite you to draw closer and to look at God and to Jesus, to the Holy Spirit, to the guardian angel, to the Virgin Mary, etc. Going to confession, prepare for the future, pray the rosary, etc. Thank you for listening. Cheer up and God bless you. Nice to see you. Subscribe and thanks. Bye.